What's going on, folks? Rick here. I'm back with another video, and I wanted to make a quick update vlog in regards to my pursuit of Volkswagen to get the compensation of the money that they stole from me. And the reason why I word it like that, and I just want everyone to understand that Volkswagen as a company stole my money. So they kind of get a little bit annoyed when I say the money you stole from me. But it's the truth. They lied. Put a little light on. They lied. They put cheat software in their vehicles, and they stole money from me. And in essence, that's exactly what they did. So why am I not going to call a spade a spade? They admitted to lying. They put a vehicle on the road that should have never been on the road. I paid a premium for that engine as opposed to buying the base engine, and I also paid a premium at the pump. You know, back then, fuel was like over $4 a gallon. I was paying like $4.50 for diesel because diesel in certain times was more expensive than premium fuel. So with that being said, I will only call Volkswagen and let them know what they did. They stole my money. So now Volkswagen is doing a lot of deceptive practices to keep me from getting the money that I'm entitled to. And I'm going to tell you a few things that I did. And if you're being denied compensation money, and if you had a turbo diesel vehicle that was affected and you're being denied money like I am, I filed a complaint with the FTC. The FTC is the Federal Trade Communication or Commission or whatever it's called. This is the actual government agency that sued Volkswagen and won the settlement of the $15 billion that they have to pay out now to customers and economy groups and environmental groups and things of that nature. So the FTC, I filed an official complaint with them. I filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau as well. I'm going to file a complaint with Consumer Affairs, and in addition to that, I'm notifying my congressman. So these are some of the things that you have to do sometimes as a customer who's been wrong. So now here's what Volkswagen is doing in their deceptive practices. They are trying to tire you out. So to make a long story short, I made my last vlog and I mentioned some of the things that they've done. So now, in conjunction with that, I called them up, waited on hold for 40 minutes. No, actually, I'm lying. They called me. I asked to speak to a supervisor the last time I was on the phone with them. They said somebody will call you back the day of. Nobody called me back. 3 days later, I get a phone call from somebody at a completely different hour. So they try to catch you off guard when you're at work or, you know, when you're doing something else. So you might not be able to speak to them or really go in depth with the situation. Because each time I speak to somebody, it's a 45-minute wait. So I was at work, but I found the time to go in depth with the supervisor in regards to what happened. They always claim to be calling the wrong phone number they had on file. I changed the phone number to the correct phone number, but they still kept talking about they were calling the wrong phone number. They were trying to get in contact with me for the past 3 days, and they realized that they were calling the wrong number and finally got the right number. Spoke to someone for 45 minutes. They refused to give me any compensation. They did exactly what the last few agents did and the last few people in leadership did, was to bounce me back to the TDI scandal department that they have at Volkswagen. And they know that the scandal department is going to bounce me back to customer service. I stated that fact, and they finally said, you know what, please wait on hold. I'm going to transfer you back to the leadership in the settlement department so you don't have to wait on hold. So you don't have to rediscuss the whole issue. But they only did that after I told them to do that. They were going to just transfer me over. So as they're transferring me over, mysteriously, again, the call drops. Okay? So this is what they do. They keep you on the phone for 45 minutes. You explain your scenario. They call you at a not optimal time, at a time when you're probably busy. You waste 45 minutes on the phone with them, and then they drop the call again. So you have to go through the whole scenario all over again. And these are some of the things they do to prevent you from collecting the money that's owed to you. So they could go ahead and save that money that they're supposed to pay out, and then still be legally binded to that agreement they made with the government. They could say, well, hey, we tried to give him the compensation, but he passed the deadline. But little does the government know that they never send me any letters, any correspondence, any phone calls, anything. So how am I supposed to know of a deadline if I'm not contacted about it? When I sue somebody, I'm supposed to send a certified letter to that person, or I'm supposed to get somebody, a courier, to make sure that they were served, if that even makes sense, a serving company that would actually serve someone the documentation to confirm they received that. That's standard issued practice in court, but not Volkswagen. Volkswagen could agree that they send documentation to the wrong address and agree that someone in Volkswagen entered the wrong information, but they won't take ownership of it. And they still refuse to give me my money that they stole from me. So here's another little fun fact that you guys might not have known that I just found out today. You can still sue Volkswagen even if you're part of the whole settlement. You can still sue Volkswagen for deceptive advertisement. Okay, so just keep that in mind. For you guys that are out there and you've been hurt by Volkswagen, they may have stopped your settlement money from coming to you, or they may have given you the settlement money but it wasn't enough. You can also sue them for deceptive advertisement because they kept pushing this clean diesel, this whole bullshit out there, clean diesel and all this crap. So just keep that in mind. You could do that. So now, even if they close every door in your face, which they're going to try to do, again, these deceptive practices, I've been hung up on in the midst of being transferred after speaking to someone for 40 or 45 minutes. I've been given the hello, 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 I can't hear you, and then clicking on me and never getting a call back numerous times from Volkswagen. So just keep that in mind. Stay on the path. Do what you need to do. Contact them as many times as you can. Hit their Facebook, hit their Twitter, hit their social media, and hit them and make YouTube videos like I'm doing now. If you guys have any comments, leave it in the comment section below. If you have any feedback for me, for someone that went through the same thing, hey, I would love to take your feedback in. And I'm going to continue to make these vlogs because Volkswagen will not steal my money and not even apologize to me. You want to know some of their tactics too? I work in customer service. I've been in customer service for over 20 years. I work in a Forbes top 20 places to work in the United States of America. And we really pride ourselves on customer service. And I know a lot in that regard. So one tactic they say is to not accept faults is, I'm sorry you feel that way. So that's a tactic a lot of people in customer service use is, I'm sorry you feel that way. Basically, it's not an apology. You know what I mean? Because if you say I'm sorry, that's admitting you did something wrong. So they don't want to say, hey, I'm sorry. Even though they admitted guilt, they won't say, we're sorry we did this to you, okay, on the phone. They'll say, we're sorry you feel that way. So they're apologizing that you feel bad. I'm sorry you feel bad, but they're not admitting fault, okay? These are some of these deceptive customer service tactics that people use to basically never on a recorded line admit that they lied to you or they stole your money. They just say, I'm sorry you feel that way. Well, sir, I'm sorry you feel that way. Well, I'm sorry that this situation made you feel this way, okay? So just understand that. And again, I'm going to continue to make these vlogs for anyone that suffered a loss from Volkswagen. And I shouldn't have to go through the stress. I shouldn't have to make these videos. I shouldn't have to be on hold for hours at a time. But I will have my money. I will get my money back. I am also filing a lawsuit. I will be following my own lawsuit because Volkswagen is very stupid. Volkswagen thinks they're smart. They're going to deprive me of the money that's owed to me. But at the same time, being that I'm not part of the class action lawsuit, I'm not binded by that class action lawsuit. I'm not binded by the rules of that class action lawsuit. So now I can go and sue Volkswagen on my own. And I completely intend to do so. So please, if Volkswagen denied you money and you know you're owed that money, you have every right to sue them. Whether you want to sue in small claims court, whether you want to sue in big boy court, that's up to you and your financial situation. But just keep that in mind. All right, guys, that was my video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. In the next video, I'm going to try my best to record these people. They could record me on a recorded line. I'm going to record them on a recorded line and let you guys hear what I go through speaking to these people and these deceptive practices that they do. All right, guys, I'll see you guys later.